Listen carefully, because this might be the sentence that changes your entire life. You're not tired, you are just lazy. That heavy feeling in your body, that isn't exhaustion. That's comfort holding you hostage. That's weakness whispering excuses into your ear. The truth is, your body can do far more than your mind is allowing it to. You're not drained. You're distracted. You're not burned out. You're avoiding discipline. And the longer you lie to yourself, the more your future slips away. Every successful person you admire gets tired. Every champion feels pain. Every winner fights through moments where quitting feels easy. The only difference is they refuse to stop. They refuse to sit down. They refuse to give in to weakness. Meanwhile, you call it rest when it's really just surrender. You say tomorrow when what you mean is never. You scroll, you delay, you complain, and then you wonder why your life isn't moving forward. Let me say it again so it hits. You are not tired. You are just lazy. Your ancestors didn't have the luxury of laziness. They worked to survive. And today, with more opportunity than ever before, you choose comfort instead of greatness. That makes no sense. Comfort is the enemy. Comfort is the trap. Comfort is the slow killer of dreams. Look at yourself. Be honest. How many goals did you set that you abandoned? How many promises did you make to yourself that you broke? How many times did you choose your bed instead of your mission? That isn't fatigue. That's a lack of discipline. And discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you are supposed to become. You don't need motivation. You don't need inspiration. You need standards. You need rules for yourself that you refuse to break. You need to move even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because your future version is depending on the suffering you are willing to endure right now. While others rest, you work. While others complain, you build. While others sleep, you hustle. That is how separation is created. You think you're tired? Let me tell you something. Your body is not weak. Your body is capable of handling far more than your mind is willing to admit. That heaviness in your limbs, that I can't whisper in your head, that dragging feeling as if life itself is weighing you down, it's not real. It's a trick, a mask, laziness dressed up as exhaustion, trying to stop you from achieving what you were meant to achieve. Every moment you buy into that lie, you're giving up power. You're surrendering to mediocrity. You're letting comfort steal what should be yours. And the truth is, no one will hand you a second chance. The clock doesn't care about your excuses, and neither does success. Fatigue is real, but it is also relative. What you call tired, a champion calls a challenge, and what you think is the end, a winner calls the beginning of the breakthrough. The people you admire, the ones who have built empires, the ones whose names echo in history, they felt tired too. They bled, they ached. They faced moments when their muscles screamed and their hearts wanted to quit, but they didn't. They refused to let the illusion of tiredness control them, and you must refuse too. Every time your mind whispers, I can't do this, know that it is lying. That voice is soft, seductive, convincing, but it is not truth. Truth is action. Truth is pushing when the world says stop. Truth is showing up when your body wants to hide. The problem is never your energy. The problem is your excuse muscle, and it has been trained far too long. You've let it grow strong, while the part of you that craves greatness is weak. Every time you surrender to tiredness, every time you let laziness win, you're training your mind to accept defeat, and defeat becomes easier, faster, and more habitual. You are stronger than your excuses, but you have to prove it to yourself. You have to stare down the voice that says rest and say, not today, not ever. Every great moment in history was built on moments when people refused to listen to the comfort in their bodies, when they pushed beyond limits, when they turned pain into fuel. And that fuel, that same fuel exists in you. It is waiting. All it requires is your refusal to give in to laziness masquerading as tiredness. Look around you. Look at the world and see how many people are paralyzed by the same lie. They think fatigue is a stop sign, but it's not. It's a challenge, a test. The universe doesn't reward the ones who quit when they feel tired. It rewards those who keep moving when every fiber in their body is screaming to stop. The truth is, your potential is far greater than your comfort. Every time you choose ease over effort, you shrink yourself. Every time you accept tiredness as an excuse, you slow down your future. But every time you push, every time you ignore the voice of weakness and attack your tasks with relentless energy, you grow stronger. You build resilience, you build confidence, you build unstoppable momentum. Tiredness is temporary, laziness is deadly. And right now, you are standing at a crossroads, deciding which one you will become. Will you let the lie win, or will you prove that your strength is far greater than the whispers of weakness? The choice is yours, but let me warn you, the world will not wait. The seconds you waste bowing to false fatigue are seconds someone else is using to dominate. You are capable of more than you think. You are stronger than your excuses. You are not tired. You are just lazy. And it is time to break that cycle, destroy that lie, and step into the power that has been waiting for you all along. Excuses are the silent assassins of ambition. They creep into your mind like shadows, soft and persuasive, convincing you that failure is acceptable, that inaction is safe, that mediocrity is just fine. Every time you say, I'll do it tomorrow, I'm too tired, I don't have time, or I'm not ready yet, you are not explaining reality. You are choosing to sabotage your own potential. You are surrendering power to weakness, and in that surrender, you are digging the grave of your dreams. Dreams do not die because of lack of ability, they die because of lack of execution. Excuses are not just harmless statements, they are decisions. Every excuse you make is a conscious decision to delay, to settle, to shrink yourself. And the world does not forgive that. It does not pause for your reasons or your justifications. Every excuse is a theft from your future, stealing precious seconds that you will never get back. The people who achieve greatness, who rise above the noise, who leave a mark that outlives them, they do not entertain excuses. They do not negotiate with weakness. They confront challenges head on and execute relentlessly. Excuses sound logical. They sound reasonable. They sound safe. But safety is a trap, and reason is often a lie. The moment you say, I can't, I don't have what it takes, or it's too hard, you are lying to yourself. You are choosing comfort over conquest, fear over freedom, hesitation over action. The world rewards action, not hesitation. It rewards boldness, not contemplation. Every second you spend rationalizing why you can't do something is a second someone else is using to build, grow, dominate, and leave you behind. And while you are arguing with yourself, your competition is sharpening their edge, moving faster, taking risks, and closing in on the life that could have been yours. Excuses are luxury items for the weak-minded, and the price you pay is always higher than you realize. You are trading time, opportunity, and your own potential for a fleeting sense of comfort, a temporary reprieve from responsibility. The brutal truth is that your excuses are lying to you about your own limits. Your body is capable. Your mind is capable. Your circumstances are never perfect, and they will never be. Waiting for perfection is just another excuse dressed up as patience. Waiting for motivation is another excuse disguised as inspiration. Waiting for the right moment is another excuse that will cost you years and often your entire future. Excuses do not build empires. Excuses build regrets. They chain you to mediocrity and whisper that failure is safe. And you know the worst part? You will eventually believe them unless you confront them aggressively, with discipline, with accountability, with relentless action. Every excuse avoided is a victory. Every excuse confronted is a step closer to dominance. Every excuse demolished is a brick laid in the foundation of your success. Your dreams demand execution. They demand sacrifice. They demand a refusal to let the comfort of excuses dictate your path. Every great achievement in history, every triumph over impossible odds was fueled by people who refused to make excuses. They were tired, hungry, uncertain, scared, but they acted anyway. They acted because they understood that excuses are meaningless in the face of destiny. The moment you embrace accountability, the moment you recognize that every excuse is a choice, the moment you refuse to negotiate with weakness, your entire life changes. You start moving faster, thinking sharper, pushing harder, and achieving more than you ever imagined. Excuses kill dreams, but action resurrects them. Excuses lie, but execution tells the truth. And the truth is simple. You can achieve anything you are willing to fight for as long as you stop lying to yourself. Comfort is a killer. It whispers lies, lulls you into stagnation, and chains you to mediocrity while the world passes by. Every time you choose ease over effort, every time you settle into the soft embrace of convenience, you are surrendering power, letting your potential die slowly. Comfort is not peace. It is a trap. It disguises itself as safety, as rest, as reward, but it is the enemy of achievement. It keeps you small, predictable, and average. Look around you. The people who succeed, the people who dominate their fields, the ones whose names are remembered, they do not live in comfort. They thrive in challenge. They embrace struggle. They seek the edges where most refuse to go. Comfort is easy. Growth is brutal. And growth is what builds champions. Every time you let comfort dictate your choices, you are choosing to be average. You are choosing to watch life happen to you instead of commanding it. Think about the moments you could have pushed harder but didn't. The extra hour of work you skipped, the early morning you slept through, the difficult conversation you avoided, the risk you ignored. Those were moments where discomfort was trying to forge you into a stronger, sharper, more capable version of yourself. And you turned away. You chose the soft path. You chose convenience over conquest. That is the enemy speaking. The enemy wearing the mask of comfort, convincing you that staying still is safe, that doing less is okay. It is never okay. Every second you remain comfortable is a second your competition is getting stronger, faster, smarter. And when opportunity strikes, the comfortable person is unprepared, weak, and left behind. Comfort is seductive because it promises pleasure without effort, ease without struggle, safety without risk. But it is a lie that costs everything. Your body is capable of enduring far more than you think. Your mind is capable of handling far greater challenges than you imagine. But comfort robs you of the chance to discover this power. Growth does not happen in ease. Success does not happen in a padded room. Excellence is forged in the fire of struggle, in the pain of persistence, in the discomfort of relentless action. If you want to rise above the crowd, you must learn to love the grind. You must embrace discomfort as your training ground, your playground, your battlefield. You must make it your ally instead of your enemy. Every great achievement has one thing in common. The person who achieved it refused to be comfortable. They refused to listen to the voice that said, stop, rest, take it easy. They understood that comfort is a slow killer, a silent thief of time, energy, and potential. While the world slept, they worked. While others hesitated, they executed. While others complained, they learned, grew, and prepared. Comfort doesn't reward you, it punishes you. Every day you stay in your comfort zone is a day wasted, a day stolen from your potential, a day closer to regret. Your life is a reflection of the choices you make when no one is watching, when no one is pushing you, when no one is judging you. In those moments, comfort will always try to seduce you, and it will be up to you to fight back. You fight back by taking the hard road, by moving when it hurts, by doing what others refuse to do. You fight back by understanding that discomfort is not your enemy. It is your weapon. It sharpens you, hardens you, and molds you into someone who cannot be ignored, someone who cannot be defeated, someone who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. Comfort is the enemy, and the moment you embrace that truth, you begin the journey of unstoppable dominance. Motivation is a fleeting spark. It comes and goes like the wind, unpredictable, unreliable, and weak. You feel inspired for a moment. Your heart races. You make promises to yourself, but in an hour, a day, a week, it fades. Motivation alone will never build the life you want. Motivation alone will never turn a dream into reality. What separates the winners from the rest is discipline. Discipline is the engine that runs when motivation fails. Discipline is the force that moves you forward when every bone in your body begs for rest. Discipline does not negotiate. Discipline does not take days off. Discipline does not wait for a good mood or perfect conditions. Discipline is permanent, unrelenting, and unstoppable. And it is far more powerful than any passing emotion. If you want to dominate your life, you must make discipline your closest ally. Every day, your mind will fight you. It will whisper, rest, stop, maybe tomorrow. It will tempt you with excuses, with shortcuts, with comfort. That is weakness disguised as reason. Discipline is what allows you to overcome that voice. Discipline is what makes you stand up at 5 a.m. when the world is still asleep. Discipline is what pushes you to finish what you started when every cell in your body screams to quit. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is forever. Motivation will fade when the work gets hard, when challenges rise, when results are not immediate. Discipline keeps moving when motivation is gone. Discipline is the difference between someone who dreams and someone who achieves. Every winner in history understands this truth. They do not wait to feel inspired. They do not hope for a surge of energy to magically appear. They act because discipline has become non-negotiable, a rule they will not break. The world is full of people waiting to feel motivated. They wait for the perfect conditions, the perfect moment, the perfect mindset. They wait for life to hand them opportunity. And while they wait, Discipline-driven people are running circles around them, building empires, creating results, and leaving the hesitant behind. Discipline turns intention into execution. Discipline transforms ideas into reality. Discipline builds habits that cannot be broken. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is a furnace. And when the furnace burns, nothing in the world can stop you. Discipline is not easy. It demands sacrifice. It demands consistency. It demands a willingness to push through pain, boredom, and resistance. It demands that you take action even when the world is screaming at you to stop. But that is precisely why it is powerful. While others falter, delay, and fail, the discipline rise. They move while others rest. They grind while others complain. They win while others make excuses. Discipline is your edge. Discipline is your armor. Discipline is the weapon that transforms you from ordinary to unstoppable. If you want a life that others envy, a future that others dream of, you cannot rely on fleeting feelings. You cannot wait for motivation to strike. You must forge your own power through relentless discipline. Every day, every hour, every decision is a test. Will you act because you feel like it, or will you act because discipline demands it? Will you surrender to weakness, or will you push, grind, and dominate regardless of circumstance? Motivation is optional. Discipline is mandatory. And when you embrace this truth, when you make discipline the foundation of your life, laziness and excuses have no place. They are crushed under the weight of action, accountability, and unwavering resolve. Discipline beats motivation every time because motivation fades, but discipline creates destiny. Action is the defining factor between those who dominate life and those who are left behind. Ideas are worthless without execution. Plans are meaningless without movement. Dreams are illusions until they are acted upon. You can sit for hours, strategize, visualize, and motivate yourself all you want, but until you take massive, relentless action, nothing changes. The people who achieve greatness do not wait for the right moment, the perfect condition, or the fleeting surge of courage. They act, they push. They move forward when others hesitate. That is why they win, and that is why everyone else loses. The gap between success and failure is not talent, luck, or opportunity. It is action. Every time you hesitate, every time you overthink, every time you convince yourself to wait, someone else is moving past you. They are taking risks, making decisions, and creating momentum while you sit frozen. You say, I'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. You say, I'm not ready, but readiness is an illusion. Life does not reward preparation, it rewards execution. Winners are not teach. Ones who have the perfect plan, they are the ones who act with intensity, decisiveness, and urgency. Action is your weapon against mediocrity. Action is what converts potential into results. Without it, talent dies in silence, ideas rot in your mind, and your dreams vanish like smoke. You might feel fear, doubt, or uncertainty. Good, those emotions are proof that you are about to grow. Those emotions are proof that you are stepping out of comfort and into challenge. And the only way to overcome them is through action. Every step you take, every task you complete, every risk you embrace chips away at fear and builds confidence. Action is momentum. Action is courage. Action is the force that separates those who merely exist from those who dominate. And let me make this clear. Action does not wait for motivation. It does not wait for opportunity. It does not wait for clarity. Action creates all of those things. You do not need to feel ready. You become ready by moving forward anyway. Look at the world around you. Every success story you admire, every legend you study, every empire you envy was built on relentless action. They acted when it was hard, when it was inconvenient, when it hurt, when the odds were stacked against them. They acted while others hesitated. They acted while others complained. They acted while everyone else doubted. And because of that action, they are remembered, celebrated, and unstoppable. The people who never take action remain invisible, forgotten, and defeated. Action is the great equalizer. It does not care about your excuses, your fears, or your comfort. It only cares about whether you move forward or stand still. Procrastination is the enemy of achievement. Waiting is the thief of dreams. Delay is the silent killer of potential. The longer you wait, the longer you give power to inaction, and the stronger the chains of laziness become. Action breaks those chains. Action shatters hesitation. Action builds unstoppable momentum that cannot be ignored. And once you start moving, once you commit to relentless execution, the world itself begins to bend to your will. Every opportunity you seize, every risk you take, every step you push forward compounds into unstoppable power. Action separates winners from losers because winners refuse to sit still. Winners refuse to hesitate. Winners refuse to make excuses. They move. They execute. They dominate. And everyone who hesitates, everyone who waits, everyone who doubts is left behind, watching others live the life they thought was theirs. If you want to rise, if you want to succeed, if you want to dominate, there is only one path: action. Not tomorrow, not later, not when it feels right. Now, move, push, execute, attack relentlessly. Momentum is built through action. Power is created through action, and destiny is forged through action. Your future is not a distant dream. It is not something that will happen to you while you wait or hope. It is here, right now, in the choices you make, the actions you take, and the discipline you enforce every single day. Every second you waste, every excuse you make, every moment you surrender to laziness is a moment stolen from your potential. The world does not care about your intentions, your plans, or your reasons. It only responds to action, to effort, to results. If you want a future that is extraordinary, that commands respect, that leaves others in awe, it will not be handed to you. You must take it. You must seize it. You must dominate it with relentless energy, unshakable focus, and an unwavering refusal to settle for anything less than what you are capable of achieving. Too many people sit and wait for life to happen. They wait for opportunity to knock, for luck to smile, for someone to guide them. Meanwhile, their potential fades. Meanwhile, their competition moves forward, building empires while they scroll, complain, and procrastinate. You are not a passive observer of your life. You are the architect, the warrior, the commander of your destiny. Every action you take today shapes your tomorrow. Every sacrifice, every hour of hard work, every refusal to quit compounds into a future that cannot be denied. And the reality is brutal. If you refuse to take responsibility for your future, no one else will. No one is coming to save you. No one owes you success. Your life, your wealth, your freedom, your legacy, everything depends on what you do right now. Every decision you make is a building block. Every task you complete is momentum. Every challenge you overcome is armor for the battles ahead. The moment you understand that your future is entirely in your hands, you realize the power you hold. You are capable of far more than you imagine, but you will only discover that power through action, through struggle, through persistence. The temptation to wait, to settle, to choose comfort over conquest is strong. It is loud. It is relentless, and it will not stop until you break it. You break it by deciding today, in this very moment, that your excuses end, your laziness ends, and your focus becomes absolute. Think about it. The life you dream of, the success you crave, the freedom you desire. All of it exists on the other side of discipline, sacrifice, and relentless pursuit. No one else can live it for you. No one else can pay the price for your dreams. Every great person in history understood this truth. They refused to let circumstance, doubt, fear, or laziness control them. They took responsibility. They acted decisively. They refused to surrender to the weak whispers of comfort or delay. And because they did, they created a future that others could only admire. You have that same potential. Take over. You steal from your own destiny. Your future is not determined by luck, talent, or circumstance. It is determined by you. The hands that hold your life, your dreams, and your legacy are yours alone. You decide whether they build, destroy, or let slip through their fingers. The power is real. The opportunity is now, and the responsibility is absolute. Your future will not wait for you to feel ready, to feel motivated, or to feel strong. It will move forward whether you act or not. You can either be the person who seizes it, who fights for it, who builds it relentlessly, or you can be the person who stands still, watches it pass, and wonders why they were left behind. Your future is in your hands, and the only question is, will you take it or will you surrender it? The choice is yours, and it is urgent, immediate, and non-negotiable. So next time your mind whispers, "I'm tired," scream back, "No, I'm not tired. I'm stronger than my excuses. I'm stronger than weakness. I refuse to be soft. Stand up, attack, dominate, execute, move faster, grind harder, rise higher. Every single day, you're not tired. You're just lazy, and that ends today."